Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is Blackwell Jamaican Rum. This is coming in at a 40% ABV, no age statement. Now, this is the limited edition bottle that was released with James Bond, No Time to Die. And at first I was like, why a Jamaican rum? It's James Bond, I don't really think of him as a rum drinker. Well, while it is a celebrity endorsed brand per se, the reason they did this as a Jamaican rum is because that's where Ian Fleming's estate is. It's down there called Goldeneye, ironically. And during that research, I was like, oh, it all makes sense now. It's more of a love letter to Ian Fleming versus to James Bond. But that's where obviously Ian Fleming did a lot of writing for the character James Bond and a lot of his stories for the books. And then the books obviously turned into the movies. So, as always, we're going to be trying this two different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add a drop of water, see if anything changes up. Normally in rums, nothing too exciting happens, but we do it anyways. Now, again, this is a limited time bottle, so what's out there seems to be what's out there. I don't know if they're going to keep making this for a little bit, but I'm kind of excited because I'm a huge James Bond fan. I grew up with James Bond in my life since I was a kid. I'm a huge James Bond fan. Have all the movies, and just incorporated into my life all the time. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes. Wow, that is super dark. And again, I love the bottle. It's got their little ink stamp on the front here. Solid matte bottle. That is super dark. Very dark caramel. Wow. I'm kind of excited now. Let's go for notes. Okay. Very spicy on the nose. You get a lot of spice here. Get a little ABV. Almost a rubber quality to it. I'm getting a little bit of a rubber note, like a freshly burnt tire tread rubber. Getting a bit of spice in there with that clove. Clove. What other notes am I getting there? Getting a little bit of cinnamon nutmeg mix, but that clove is really pungent. But unfortunately, that tire note, and maybe it's associated more into a toasted char note, but it's coming off more rubber burnt, just a little bit. Let's go for taste. Woo. Okay. ABV does show up a bit. Definitely during the tasting here. That ABV has shown up. I haven't really acclimated to the notes yet, so I'm going to take another drink before I talk. Okay. Definitely, you're getting some good spices in there. The nutmeg and that clove, a little pepperiness going on. All that's all showing up pretty well. A little sweet. That rubber note is showing up just a little bit, but it's going a little more toasted now versus just straight up burnt rubber. So you're definitely getting that in there. Trying to see what else is popping out here. I think definitely it's not super complex. Getting the spice note, a little bit of vanilla sweetness in there. That the spices are what's carrying this rum. 150%. Clove, nutmeg, pepperiness. Getting a bit of cinnamon in there. But it's also got the ABV that's kicking it a little bit. You do get beat up a little bit from that. Surprisingly, not as sweet as I was expecting. Being a celebrity endorsed brand or branding product, I expected to go more sweet. It's really not. It's got a nice, simple palate on there. Definitely spice forward. Maybe a little bit of oak in there as well. It's kind of stretching if I'm going for that. As I'm sipping more and more, that rubber note is kind of going away a little bit. But definitely at the first sip, it is kicking me in the teeth. It's okay. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was hoping. I'll say more or less. All right. Let's give it a little bit of water. See what changes up here. I do love how dark it is. And as we all know, when it comes to coloring on rum, every area is different with the rules on rum. And I don't know what Jamaica's rules are. So they could have added color to this. We don't know. Some places don't mind it. Other places do. It all varies. So let's go for notes. ABV kicked up. Now I'm picking up all the subtle notes in there. I'm getting a little more spice notes in this. This is actually becoming a pretty nice nose. A little sweetness in there now. I'm getting a little bit of caramel, a little bit of vanilla. Here I'm just getting the rubber note is really strong. A little bit of spice in there. But definitely a very charred, toasted note that it's almost turning into a rubber note. Let's go for taste. Went a little sweeter. The spice is still there, but not as present. It's now more of a just rounded spice note, without being able to pick out very specifics. Before we were getting clove and the pepperiness and nutmeg and all those kind of things kind of all very distinctly picked out. Here it's more of just a common spice. A little bit of caramel going on there as well. Finish is much shorter. Rubber note's not showing up as much on the taste. It's definitely went back more towards a toasted quality versus a rubber note. Finish is a little dry, but you're left with those spices and that little bit of sweetness. But still, it's not overly complex. And that's not a problem per se. It's okay. So, with that all in mind, let's talk about market price. Because market price is market price, and it's, of course, going to vary. I ordered this for $35. To be honest, it probably lives more in that $30 on that taste. It's not exciting. I've had a lot better rums for cheaper. And that's me being honest. I see some places online, Flaviar.com has it, I think, for $38. Kind of a stretch. Even at $35, I feel like $35 is a stretch. $38, I think, is overpaying for it. I've seen a lot of places going between $41 to $45, $47. I don't think it's worth that. I found one place trying to sell this for $100. Look, as a collector, if you like James Bond or you're a collector of rums, sure, put a price on that. I wouldn't still pay over $40 for that. The taste inside of it is mediocre. It's okay at best, and I think even at $35 is kind of overpriced for it. It lives more in that $30 price range and taste, maybe sub 30s to mid 20s at that point, mid to high 20s. It's not the greatest. It's okay, and that's my opinion. Welcome to my TED Talk. So there we have it. Blackwell 007, No Time to Die rum. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go out and look for, also let me know down below. Always on the hunt for something new and different to try. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.